Hey everybody in YouTube land, it's been a while, but hey, goemonronin coming back at you after what would be considered a really long absence. And there are some reasons for this. The primary reason, of course, being I've just been really busy. By the way, my drink of choice this morning, it's about 9:30, is Great Value, what is it? Great Value medium roast standard coffee, made really strong with a little vanilla, a couple packets of stevia in the raw, a little squirt of vanilla and nutmeg honey with a little imitation vanilla added, and it's in my, I don't know if you can see this, it's in my self-stirring mug that my girl got me. So it's like you can kind of like, you know, it actually does a really good job stirring your coffee. If anybody can find a self-stirring mug, I'd recommend going for it, because that sediment that tends to happen with coffee doesn't occur with those as long as you hit the button now and then. So you know, have an advantage there. Anyway, the reason for my absence is because I've just been busy with several things. One thing being, I've been looking for a job for like the last 6 months pretty hard. I work in the payphone industry currently, and I worked in the retail industry before that. I'm not going to like reveal a whole lot there right now, because there's a video coming on it. I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 videos out of the way for you guys. But there's a video coming on that, which I'll be a little bit more specific, because I think I can be at this point. But the thing is, the job I work currently, although it's just part-time, does keep me pretty busy, and I work out of town a lot and things like that. I also have a significant other now, and I'm a pet owner. I have another story there. Maybe I'll introduce you guys to our little fur babies here, if I can. If they're around and I can get one of them. I think I may have also mentioned it in a video, but back in November, I was injured pretty badly. Okay, so for example, this is Joe. This is Joseph. Say hi. He has allergies, so he's in not the best mood right now. And this is Virginia, or Jenny for short. She's also a real pretty kitty. And then we have one more. I'll see if I can get her at some point, but she can be a tough one to grab. So back in November, I think I mentioned this in a video. I was injured pretty severely. The other parties involved would probably have you believe otherwise, because I was functional pretty soon after, but I'm still dealing with the injury. I was changing a tire on my work van, and it collapsed while I was kind of under it. The vehicle landed on my right shoulder, and then crushed my pelvis and my left shoulder into the ground. My right shoulder severely separated. It does not feel the same. My left shoulder separated slightly, but my cervicoclavicular joint tore right here, and several ribs separated from my sternum. I've never seen EMTs in tears before. I mean, you'd figure that they deal with this kind of stuff a lot, and they do, but usually the person who gets crushed by the car, they're taking, to the morgue. So I had a lot of like, the oldest EMT on my team was particularly just almost distraught. Like, you know, he just couldn't believe I'd made it. Stayed with me in the hospital for a long time and everything. Come here, you. We gotta see you too. And this is Tabitha. Look at the camera, Tabby. Yeah, she's our big girl. She's a big cat. Anyway, I'll tell you about the kittens more in another video. Anyway, so he was pretty surprised that I had that I'd come out of the whole thing okay. I was functional, all right. Within a couple days of the accident, I was kind of back at work. My doctors didn't want me to be, but my coworker really needed the help. We were doing the Wi-Fi for 3 of the buildings at the NAS base in Fort Worth, and I was just needed. The thing is, though, I was doing a lot of like really heavy lifting and everything like that. And I tried to wear my sling. My right arm was in a sling for a little while, and that's what my doctors wanted and everything like that. But the thing is, I actually had to lift the vehicle off myself. My coworker was trying to lift it, and he's a little older. He couldn't do it, no matter how much adrenaline he had in his system. So he started fiddling with the jack, trying to get the jack back under the tire. I mean, I don't know what else he would have done, but my brain was saying, I can't stay under here that long. I just can't. I'm going to be folded in half. So I mustered up the adrenaline and lifted this vehicle off myself. But it tore like every muscle in my shoulder and neck on my left side over here. So with the sling resting across it, it was just like, even when I press on it now, it's still like a while later, still pretty tender. I broke this collarbone when I was a kid, so it tends to bother me anyway. But I just couldn't take the weight of. At some point, at first it wasn't horrible, but at some point, after a few weeks, I just couldn't stand having the weight of my arm in that sling across that. I tried a lot of things to make it better, and nothing really. I put towels under there and all kinds of stuff. But eventually, I had to be able to like drive and stuff again. It was getting to be like really inconvenient. Essentially, not being able to drive stick. I drive a 1991 Accord. And it is stick shift, and I was pretty much out of commission for driving that car for a little while. By the way, if you see Joseph here attack me, it's I don't know what his deal is. He and I have a very weird relationship. I mean, we're friends and everything, but I think he is very jealous of my girlfriend, and is upset that I'm around. I swear he's plotting to gnaw at my jugular in my sleep at some point. Shortly before getting hurt, I was laid off from my job at this retailer. I thought things were going to go okay with the payphone job for a while, but we haven't really transitioned over to something else. That was sort of my hope, is that we would sort of make the transition to something else, and that's still kind of in the works, but it hasn't happened yet. And I've been applying for jobs left and right, I've had several interviews, but I'm just not. I'm not getting offered jobs. So I actually had to take a little on-call part-time job delivering furniture, which starts next week. Girlfriend and I are happy about that. I wish that I had something a little more steady. I'm getting ready to apply for some work-at-home stuff. There was also a call center job that I sort of missed out on. It is what it is. I worked in the call center industry for 10 years. I really didn't like it. I was honestly putting off applying for that job for, as long as I could stand to, because in my experience, call centers hire a lot, but it turns out this one doesn't. They don't have an open door on hiring, which is a little bit weird, because all you RGV people that worked at call centers know that, like, all the call centers in the valley basically hire all the time because the turnover is so high. That doesn't happen up here, if you can believe it or not. They put a position open for one tech, and once that gets filled, they don't hire again until one leaves. And this place pays like $17 an hour, so it's pretty good money, but it's not close. So anyway, I'm gonna. This is just like an update. Like, hey, I'm still around. I'm okay. I'm still paying for my place here. All right. I'm paying bills. I'm still with my girlfriend. We're doing okay. I wish we were doing just a tad bit better in some ways, but for the most part, we're doing all right. I'm gonna try and get. She's just doing a part-time shift today, so I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 more videos up for you guys before I have to go pick her up and go hang out at her parents' for a while. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure what I'm going to... I might be trying to professional up my YouTube channel here a little bit once I have a little more money coming in. I'm going to try and stick to 2 or 3 topics that the channel will do. Probably social commentary, guitars, and firearms. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm a firearms enthusiast. I just don't, just haven't really shown you guys any of that. Anyway, goemonronin signing out.